Well, hello everybody, here I am again. So my last video, I called everybody out to be a bunch of cowards, and I kind of mean everybody, not just my viewers. Like everybody with a mask, everybody with a bulletproof vest, everybody with a gun, everyone with a nuclear weapon. Yeah, so anyway, we walk through this valley of death. There's dead people all around. Some people have completely died from fear. Some people have just been mauled and torn apart. Some people are alive but basically dead. So we're walking through this valley of death and fear and destruction, and everybody's terrified, you know. So I climb over this mountain of like complete darkness into the next valley that's even more dark, when I see this massive beast everyone is afraid of. It happens to be kind of like petrified itself in total fear. Seemingly fear of me. That's all I can say. But it's not really fear of me. And so I find out that you know, this massive beast, monster, dragon, serpent, dinosaur, lion thing, whatever it is, it's frozen in fear, and it's looking at me, and you know, I see all these rows and rows and rows of teeth on it, you know. And I just walk up and start kicking teeth. Like, what is everybody so afraid of? I kick it in the FBI tooth. I kick it in the CIA tooth, the Department of Justice tooth, the United States tooth. Rows and rows of United Nations teeth I kicked. The FEMA tooth, the China teeth, the Israel teeth, many teeth of Israel. I kick the Judah tooth. I kick the Israel Judah tooth like it's a tooth fused together. I do this in front of all you. There's all these different rows and rows of teeth, different sizes of teeth. And I've kicked so many of them, I stubbed my toe on a tooth and was exhausted from kicking teeth, just like kicking a dead horse. Like, hey, nobody gets it. I lay down in the mouth of this beast. Took a 5-month hibernation break, woke up, nothing had happened. Kicked a few more teeth. I'm asking, what are you all so afraid of? I kicked the IRS tooth. I kicked the World Health Organization tooth. You know, the Big Brother, the Big Pharma tooth, I kicked him. Big Tech, I kicked it. Big Ag, I kicked that. I kicked the Smithsonian tooth. I kicked the Jew tooth, the Christian tooth, the Muslim tooth, the Islam tooth. Nothing happened to me. Yeah, I just have a nice, peaceful life, relaxing. I mean, it doesn't get much better than my life, actually. It's comforting, relaxing. Got it pretty good. Every moment of my waking life is exciting and relaxing. I look forward to it. Man, yeah. Yeah, so what, I don't know why everybody's so afraid of this monster. But anyway. Let me tell you a little bit of a part of a parable. I'm not even going to tell you the whole parable. I'll tell you part of it. So there's this man, you know, and he has 2 sons. One son is just like him. The other son is absolutely nothing like him. And, well, he's somewhat of a craftsman, an artist of sorts, a potter of clay, and he puts life into this clay. So anyway, the young son that's nothing like him hates his guts because he wants his job. He wants to be the potter. He wants to shape the clay how he wants to shape the clay. He thinks he could do a better job than his father. The other son that's just like him is obedient. Doesn't care to try to take the father's job. Decides, hey, if I'm a good son, maybe one day I'll inherit my father's job. But for now, he's fine just being in charge of glazing everything that his father, the potter, the clay shaper, everything that his father makes, he's responsible for glazing it. The other son, the disrespectful, no good son that would rather just kill his dad to have his dad's job, kill his brother even, whatever. He's in charge of running the kiln. Yeah, that's right. He keeps that furnace hot. In fact, he has teams of men that work underneath him, keeping the furnace hot. While the good son that glazes, and I'm talking when he glazes this clay, he submerges it in the glaze, in the resin. He baptizes each piece of clay. Well, wanting to foil the plans and ruin everything, the son and orders his team that are keeping the furnace hot, keeping that kiln super hot for when we put the old clay into the kiln. He says, hey, I want you to get as many pieces of that clay, anything, before it's been glazed. Let's get it into the oven before it ever gets a chance to be glazed. So, the father, being aware of what his son was up to, told his other son, the one that was responsible for glazing each piece of clay, so that way when it got real hot, it stayed strong and true. But without that glaze, it would just crack and crumble. So, the father tells the good, obedient son, every one that you get the chance to glaze, because your brother is going to sabotage what we're doing here. When you glaze it, when each cup, each bowl, each vase, each pitcher, when you glaze them, you fill them all the way to the brim with glaze. So that way, when the heat gets hot and that glaze boils over, steams up and mists up and fills the entire cavity of that furnace, that all those others that are around the glazed will be glazed themselves. So when you're walking through the wilderness now and you're coming to the end of your wilderness, there's soon going to be lots of people in the wilderness. You're the one that's going to pour it out. Yeah. You're the one that's not only been glazed, been filled to the brim with glaze. So that way, others around you that had not been glazed yet, they can still be saved. When that furnace gets hot, 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 and the glaze just boils out over and out of you, that is to be shared with all those around you so that they can receive the glaze still in the heat, still in the nick of time, so they will not be cracked and shattered in the furnace. Yeah. Yeah. Well, love you guys.